What's up, everybody? Noah Kaser back here for another episode of Noah Kaser Live. Let's get right into it. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to waste no time. I got 4 reviews, a couple news topics, a trailer reaction to get to. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with my review of the brand new Netflix teen comedy called Incoming. Incoming is the brand new Netflix teen comedy that just came out this past weekend, and I was very interested in seeing this film, mostly because teen raunchy comedies are my type of thing. So this is all about their first week of high school, the biggest party of the year. Mistakes will be made as 4 teenage boys go to their first party ever, and they try to navigate the night of mayhem and debauchery. This one does not have an all-star cast. This one has some pretty new stars here. However, they deliver on every aspect. They deliver on every aspect of this film. With With Incoming, they deliver a phenomenally funny yet charming film that delivers on almost every level you want it to. This movie delivers because with this movie, you need one thing. You need comedy and you need likable characters, and you have that. You have this American Pie type of a storyline with a bit of a teen rom-com in there, all about this kid. This kid, all throughout his grade school days, was a nerd, and his name is Benj. Benj was a complete nerd. He had very few friends. He was in choir. He could sing. He danced. He was known as the nerd in high school. So their first day of high school, well, their first week of high school, his high school crush and his childhood crush is going to the party that his sister's going to. His sister is a bit of a mean person, not very well liked. She's very mean. She's very judgy. She's very honest. We all knew somebody like that in high school. Well, this big party that one of his friend's big brothers is throwing is the party of the year, because this guy knows how to throw a party. It's going to have drinking, drugs, hookups, maybe a little bit of violence here and there, but it's all about what they get through and what they go through. 2 of his friends, they are stuck with the hottest girl in school, but she is so drunk, and her friends don't know what the Uber driver drives to take her home, so they stick her in their car, which happens to be one of the friends' dad's car or stepdad's car. And she's drunk. She poops all over the place. It's funny. It is very realistic, because I'm sure that some Uber drivers have gone through that. These guys aren't Uber drivers, but you basically get to see them see what the hottest and most popular girl in school has to go through every single time she parties. Along the way, she starts to figure out, okay, after she's not drunk anymore, she's sobered up a little bit, she starts to realize, maybe I should change my ways. These guys are very likable. They're charming. They are just all-around cool guys. You have this other kid, the main kid, who's in love with this hot girl, he's been in love with. His sister's best friend for years now, and it just so happens that she feels the same way. You have this other friend who has the party thrown at his house, and he's trying to hook up with this one girl. He doesn't care who the girl is, doesn't know if he knows her or not, so he comes up with this scheme to basically lock her in their spa room by not having a key and having it locked so he can perhaps get lucky. This movie is funny. It's charming. It's only 81 minutes. That's all you need from a movie like this. Incoming didn't need to be anything more. This movie delivered on everything I wanted it to be. Incoming is one of the better movies I've seen this month. Definitely one I highly recommend you watch. As a fan of these sex comedies, these R-rated raunchy teen comedies, this worked for me. I knew what I was expecting going in. I like every single one of the American Pie movies. I like all of the frat house. Well, see, I shouldn't say all the American Pie movies. I don't like Girls Rule. That's a bad one. But I like all the frat house movies. I like all the Van Wilder type movies. This is a genre made for me. And as a fan of these sex comedies, it works for me. I loved what this movie did. Not saying it doesn't have its problems, because some of the acting is pretty poor. Some of the comedy does not work. And there's just all around moments that are a bit unbelievable, especially when this one kid talks him into helping him sell drugs to these guys, and they show up at the party because it's fake drugs, so they want their $300 back. A fight ensues, everybody becomes friends, and that's not how that will go down. But you know what? I enjoyed Incoming for what it was. Check it out if you're interested. I'm going to give Incoming 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Does this review help you want to watch this movie? If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you thought of it. I really want to know, are you a fan of sex comedies? Are you Are you a fan of teen comedies? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to go into the comments very, very quickly before we go into our next review. And, of course, we have Sav. Hello, Sav. It's awesome to see you. Can't wait to see you on the next couple of streams because I got 2 streams. I got my show, and then I have a live Hallmark podcast episode coming up. So that's going to be very exciting. So next up is going to be my review of the brand new Hulu film called The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. So this movie really does have a lot going for it, okay? This movie is basically all about 3 lifelong friends known as the Supremes share the unbreakable bond of sisterhood from decades of weathering life's storms. Through the joys of sorrows of life and marriage and children, happiness and blues, love and loss, new shades of heartbreak and illness threaten to stir up the past when their trio sees their bond put to the test as they face the most challenging times yet. Now, this movie does deliver on the heartbreak, but also the comedy. This is a dramedy to its core. It is sad, it's funny, phenomenal acting. It's just a bit too damn slow. This movie is 2 hours and 4 minutes, and you get to the 40-minute mark, you start to feel it. Sure, does it need to be 2 hours? With a story like this, not really. I think if you take out some of the affair storylines, I think it works. I really think it does work. Take out some of the affair stuff, some of the fighting between the girls. You have a bit more of a tightly knit dramedy. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. A tightly knit dramedy that doesn't overstay its welcome. Phenomenal acting. And I got that. It's just, these characters aren't all that interesting until we get into the overall storylines of the affairs and of the illnesses and life's struggles. There's bits of comedy here and there, and when they're thrown in there, particularly one scene is very funny towards the very end, involving this woman sitting under a tree. That was very well done. You are heartbroken, but then you're laughing. It is very well done, smartly written script, just a bit too long for its own good, and I can't see myself rewatching this one at the end of the day. While the acting is good, the comedy works, and the drama hits you, it's just a bit too slow. Some scenes should have been cut out. Some of the characters should have been taken out of here. There wasn't enough scenes in Earl's Diner. I thought you should have done more with Earl's, because with it being in the title, I wanted a little bit more than what I got, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I really, really did. Definitely check it out if you're interested. Not a ton to say about this film, but I'm going to end up giving The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy this one. Definitely check it out if you're interested. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I believe it's streaming worldwide on like Star, on Disney Star or something like that. If you have Disney Plus overseas or in Canada or Mexico or something, don't they have something like Star over there? It's probably on Star. Check it out. If you're a fan of this type of a story, just check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So, going into my next review. My next review is going to be for a brand new Hallmark film. So, for the brand new Hallmark film, I got 2. I got the new mystery and I got the new romance movie. This one is the brand new mystery starring Pascal Hutton and Kevin Smith. And that one is called Nelly Knows Mysteries, A Fatal Engagement. So, this movie does star Pascal Hutton and Kevin Smith, 2 very well-known stars in Hallmark. They've done a few films together. They're in a series together. Now, this is a longer synopsis, so let's get right into it. When an unusual handwritten letter arrives at Nelly's office, she identifies the handwriting as belonging to her childhood friend named Delilah. Let's try it one more time. Dahlia. claiming her boyfriend Blake is being unfaithful. Determined to help, Nelly wants some answers and rushes to Blake's home only to find his dead body. When Dahlia becomes the prime suspect, the new handsome detective in town, played by Kevin Smith, named Michael Hogan, who wants to be known as Mick in this movie. Once he officially becomes a part of the force, Michael Hogan must work with Nelly to prove that her childhood friend is not the killer everyone believes her to be. This is very smart. This is a phenomenal mystery. This is action-packed. It has comedy. It has heart. It doesn't even hint at a romance. It doesn't even hint at a romance between Pascal and Kevin, from what I remember. If it did, it was very small and very minimal. This movie was exactly what every Hallmark mystery needs to be. It is charming. It's funny. It follows this mystery to a T. However, not without its small issue. The small issue was I couldn't really care less who the killer was, because they didn't really do a nice job of twisting it in a way of making you not believe, of making you believe that this connected to her, this connected to him, this connected to her, and this one connected to this suspect. So there's only one killer in this film. It's just one where I think you should have had less characters in here, because it's a bit of an overstuffed cast. Not overstuffed in talent-wise, just overstuffed in story moments, because there are too many characters here, I think, for this type of a film. With the mystery, you need certain characters here. There's just too many suspects in this film. And with that being said, while I enjoyed this, it was a little too overstuffed. Now, Pascal and Kevin, chemistry at the wazoo. If you're a Hallmark fan, you know this. Sarah Gray was very good in here. I really, really enjoyed this film. And this is directed by a Hallmark veteran, David Strasser. David Strasser is a Hallmark veteran for a reason. He's done countless of these movies. And this is pretty much his first mystery for the Hallmark Channel. Give him more mysteries, because this was freaking phenomenal. I want to see more of his direction in a mystery film, because David Strasser knows what he's doing with us. With this type of a film, he knows how to make it light and fluffy while also bringing a bit more of dread and darkness to this type of a film, while also making it feel fluffy and happy with a happy-go-lucky character played by Pascal Hutton named Nelly. She delivers one of her best performances she's ever given. She is so happy in this film, and I love it. I loved almost every moment of this film, except I would have been more invested if we got more of the overall just, what's the word I'm looking for? More of the mystery and more of the prime suspects. I'm going to say, check this out. I enjoyed this. This is probably the best mystery they've done all year. I enjoyed Nelly Knows Mysteries of Fatal Engagement a lot more than I thought I would. Definitely check this one out. I'm gonna give Nelly Knows Mysteries 3.5 out of 5 stars. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think about it? Do you want to watch it? If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's available right now. You don't have to DVR it. Get your subscription to Peacock. It's probably on Peacock for a couple more days. If not, it'll probably be back on there this weekend. Get Friendly TV. Friendly TV will have this movie on a VOD type of a thing, or go back and record it. Just check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So we're going to go into the next Hallmark movie, which is a romance movie. And I don't have a whole ton to say about this one, because this one was a bit more of a, I don't want to say a nothing burger. It was just more there. So this one, it disheartens me to say it, but this one is going to be my review of The Magic of Lemon Drops. So this is one that me and my podcast host, Kirsten, were really looking forward to because of the cast, Ian Harding and Lindsay Fonseca. Let's get right into it. When Lolly's aunt gives her three magical lemon drops, she gets to experience what life would be like if she had made different choices and lived those unfulfilled dreams. That's all I'm going to give you because that's pretty much all this movie gave. Well, all the preview gave you. That's all I'm going to give you if you haven't seen it. Check it out because it's a very well done story. However, with it being well done, that doesn't mean it's great. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. It's just there's moments here and there that just slow the pacing down to a screeching halt. And you just snail crawl through almost the entire rest of the movie. Because after the first lemon drop, okay, you're like, okay, this one works. You're supposed to get more and more into these scenarios. And it kind of felt like it was trying to do like a Tale of Two Christmases type of thing. What if this was a different reality? And I enjoy that type of thing. I really do. I'm a Marvel fan. I enjoy different timelines and multiverses and stuff like that. This movie was just too overstuffed with it. There's moments here and there that work. The chemistry between Ian Harding and Lindsay Fonseca are great. And Lindsay, oh my God, Lindsay. She is freaking great in this movie. She's gorgeous. She's funny. She's charming. She's light. She's fluffy. She's everything this character needs to be. And Ian Harding, he's just a likable guy. This actor is so likable. He can charm the pants off of a chicken if a chicken could wear pants. Literally. Ian Harding is one of the most charming guys I've ever seen on the Hallmark Channel. This guy has the look. He knows what he's doing. Give me more of Ian Harding in Hallmark movies. This is Hallmark. Well, it's his sophomore effort. But this is his like main leading starring film. He was in one called Ghost of Christmas Always. That was very good. This one I don't think is as good. But this one is more of a different timeline. I don't want to say multiversal because it's not really multiversal. It's more like it's more out there than a normal Hallmark movie. And what Hallmark has been doing recently is they've been doing different storylines. So they've been giving us like a film like Junebug, going back to your younger self and your younger self helping you out in both your mind, but also in your daily life. So, then you get one like My Dreams of You. What if your dreams were real? Which dreams would you want to influence, and how can your dreams influence your life choices? This one is going to be a little bit different. The next one we have next week is Head Over Heels, and Head Over Heels is a very stereotypical Hallmark film, which I think after these 3 or 4 different type of films, this is exactly what we needed Head Over Heels to be. I think that's what I'm going to say next week when I review it. But I'm going to recommend this to you very lightly. If you're a Hallmark fan, you'll enjoy this. If you're not a Hallmark fan, don't rush out and see this one because this is one of their weaker efforts, I think, of this lineup for the Summer Nights program. But I am looking forward to Head Over Heels. I think that this one should have just been given another script rewrite. Get more of the overall Lemon Drop lore. Why does this lemon drop work? Give me more of that. I wanted more. But once we get to the second half, it was just starting to slow down more and more and more. I like the characters. I like the storyline. It's just it's moved too slow and it didn't work for me as a whole. But if you've seen this film, if you've seen the Magic of Lemon Drops, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you haven't seen it, you can see it if you want to, if you're a Hallmark fan, if you like watching everything. But check it out on Peacock or on Friendly TV. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know what you thought. So, next up, we're going to move into our topics. And our topics are loaded this week because there's a lot to talk about. So, before we do that, I do need a bit of a tea break because I got probably another hour and a half of talking. And we do have a comment. We have a comment. I don't know much about Hallmark movies. Okay. So Hallmark movies are very light. They're fluffy. They know what they are. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to make them more mainstream. So, like this year, we will be getting one that's a sequel to a throwback to the 1980s film. 80s and 90s film, Three Wise Men and a Baby. Or, sorry, Three Men and a Baby. And then they're doing a sequel to it, which was Three Men and a Little Lady. Well, the remakes on Hallmark were called Three Men and a Baby and Three Wiser Men and a Boy will be this year. So we'll have that one. We're also getting a lot more of the stereotypical type of a film. And with a movie like that, you know what you're getting. For a Hallmark fan, you just want to pop on a happy-go-lucky film. You don't want almost any violence at all. You don't want to think about life. You don't want to think about much. You just want to sit there and be charmed. And I am not kidding you. When I'm having a bad day, there's only a couple things that could make me just happy. When I'm having a bad day at work in the month of October, probably about the 20th of October, I'd come home and I'd probably watch a Hallmark movie, a Hallmark Christmas movie, because they start around that time. If I'm having a bad day around that time, just pop in a Christmas film, pop on some Friends, pop on some That 70s Show, I Love Lucy, Andy Griffith Show. Just pop on anything. That's what these movies are. They're very light, they're fluffy, and they make people happy. And if you just want to be charmed and have a smile on your face, not have any worries in the world for an hour and a half, just check out a Hallmark film, because that's what they're trying to do. They're escapisms. But I will recommend some Hallmark films for you to check out, and you can tell me on the next stream if they're available, because I think you'll really enjoy them. And I will pick ones that are a little bit different for them. But one more comment before we go on to the next news topic. Yes, it is sweet tea. I only drink sweet tea. Tastes like London. Oh, did I say that out loud? Anyways, don't cancel me. But anyways, we're going to go into the first news topic, which is going to be the unfortunate news of The Crow bombs hard. So The Crow did not fare very well at this week's box office, and we didn't think it was going to. However, it bombed harder than we thought it would. This movie did almost nothing at the box office. So we're going to take a look at this article from Variety. Blink Twice and The Crow ending summer on a quiet note. Soft opening days as Alien and Deadpool stay on top. Going down here, we're going to take a look at this. So the summer box office is winding down as Amazon's MGM social thriller Blink Twice and Lionsgate's action remake The Crow both look to open beneath a trio of holdovers. So looking at this, Blink Twice wins the race between new releases, though, with a 2.8 million gross across Friday and preview screenings from 3,067 theaters. It's not exactly a big splash for the Zoe Kravitz directed thriller, but here's the thing. It has a $20 million budget. So, not saying it's going to be a profitable film or anything, but at least you gave it a shot. It's said to have good positive reviews, a B- cinema score, but then you look at this. Meanwhile, The Crow will have to put up a fight to make the top 5 after making $2 million across Friday and previews from 2,752 locations. The new R-rated adaptation of the acclaimed graphic novel is shaping up to be Lionsgate's second consecutive misfire in August, following the abysmal performance of its video game adaptation, Borderlands. So, why do I bring that up? Well, we're going to go to a little site called The Numbers, because The Numbers is where I get all my box office stuff. So, looking at this, The Crow did piss poor. And I mean piss poor. This thing was projected maybe $6 million to $10 million. It didn't even do that. It opened to $4.6 million, and it's earned $5.2 million worldwide since last Friday. To put that into perspective for you, Coraline, the Fathom Events re-release for its 15th anniversary made more money than The Crow. It's almost made more money than The Crow just on its second week as a re-release. Does that say anything to you? Despicable Me 4, 4.2 million. And it's what? What number of week release is this? Are we going on 8? 7 or 8? This is abysmal. That's abysmal right there. What this means and why it did it, okay? I hate to break it to you. This movie wasn't going to make any money anyways. Because there was no marketing. There was no marketing because the movie didn't believe in this movie. When you hold your review embargo until the Thursday, it is in theaters. At 7 p.m. when screenings start on the East Coast at 3 p.m., people already seen the movie. There's no reviews out, so people don't know how it is. There's no marketing on major news networks, on the TV shows that I watch. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever you have. I saw very little marketing for The Crow. The Crow was a piss poor. Just look at this. $5 million? Granted, it's earned a pretty decent, what is that? $600,000 more? This movie's going to just continue to bomb. It's not going to make any money. I hate to say it's going to be a bigger flop than what Borderlands was. Now, Borderlands had a bit more going for it. It had a bigger cast. It didn't look very good, but it had a video game cast. There was no marketing. Lionsgate's not putting a lot of marketing behind them, which, if this movie was good, we could see it have a bit more of a increase. I haven't seen the film myself. My theater decided not to get it. I'm kind of glad, but I'm also a little bit disappointed. But The Crow bombs hard. What do you think about that? Are you surprised that The Crow bombed this hard? This hard compared to a $6 million opening at bare minimum that they were projecting? $10 million? It might not even make $10 million by this weekend. By the time we look at next Sunday afternoon's box office projections, or the early numbers on Sunday, we're not going to get anything. Hate to say it, that's just how it's going to go. But did you see The Crow? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about what you thought of it. Are you surprised it bombed? Are you upset that it bombed? Do you want this movie to succeed? I don't want any movie to bomb. I want all movies to succeed. However, no movie really projected big numbers this weekend in regards to new releases. So, but The Crow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about what you thought. But I can't wait to see The Crow here in just a few weeks, because I have a feeling by October 1st it'll be on digital. It'll be on digital. I'll give the movie my $20. I'll give the movie my $20 so I can say I saw it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to go into the comments very, very quickly, and it is from Sav. Sav says, my tea comes hot with milk and 2 sugars. I just use the way that we brew it, we brew 1 gallon of tea with 1 cup of sugar. So we brew the tea, 1 cup of sugar, and fill the rest with water. That's pretty much what we do, and it is delicious. Hey! Don't make me sing Sherry, because I will. If you get that reference. Yeah. The 94 Crow is a far better film. I've heard that. I haven't seen the 94 film yet. I've not seen the new Crow movie, and I don't want to. I love the original. Yes, stick with the original. If you find it for cheap at maybe like a CEX or a Poundland down the line, maybe, or like a charity shop, you might want to check that out. I'll have to watch Big Polly's Hunts once we get to a little bit after The Crow comes out. We will have to look at that, because there could be a potential for that to be a modest hit on digital. but also it's going to be in charity shops, I think. Charity shops, Poundlands, stuff like that. Does Poundland still carry physical media over there, Sav? I know they were thinking about quitting it, and also CEX was thinking about quitting it, but I think they both still carry it. I could be wrong. But we're going to go on to the next topic, and the next topic is good news for me because I love this show. I haven't finished the series yet, but we are getting a big update on Ted Lasso. So we're going to talk about Ted Lasso Season 4 update. I am almost 2 seasons into this. I got 2 episodes left. 2 episodes left in Season 2 before I just binge through the rest of Season 3. I'll either watch the last 2 episodes of Season 4 tonight, or I'll just wait until tomorrow. But let's get into this. This one comes from The Hollywood Reporter. Ted Lasso Season 4 on track to be greenlit at Apple TV Plus with 3 original castmates. So, going down here, it looks like fans of Ted Lasso... It looks like fans may get a Ted Lasso Season 4 after all. Warner Bros. Discovery Television has picked up the options on 3 cast members from the show's original 3-season run, who were contracts under UK acting union equity. Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, and Jeremy Swift have been approached to reprise their respective roles as Rebecca Walton, Roy Kent, and Leslie Higgins, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. This puts the Emmy-winning soccer comedy show on track for Season 4. Once those options are secured, the studio will have to create deals for the for the hit series' other main actors who are represented by SAG-AFTRA. This includes co-creators, executive producers, and stars Jason Sudeikis, Brendan Hunt, as well as Juno Temple. Warner Bros. Reps declined to comment, and The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to Apple TV Plus as well. More to come. So, you're not going to get anything other than a Season 4 unless you are a smart studio head, a smart showrunner, because I'm sorry, without Jason Sudeikis, you don't have Ted Lasso. The other characters are great. The other characters have great stories. I love Roy Kent. I love Rebecca Walton. I do. Ted Lasso is the name of the show. If you couldn't get him, which there was another report from another site where they are getting it. He's already agreed to it. He's a co-writer. He's a producer on it. You need to do it. One, it's such a freaking great show, man. It's funny. It's full of heart. It's emotional from time to time. The comedic beats work. The acting is phenomenal. I love this show. I want more of Ted Lasso. I don't know how many more seasons you could do, but just give me more. I want more of Ted Lasso. I'm going to be that fan who goes, give me more of my show. Give me more. So I'm going to be that whiny baby just for a minute and go, give me more. But I just really wanted to talk about this because I am slowly watching through Ted Lasso, and then I'm going to go into The Bear and Only Murders in the Building, but I'm looking forward to this. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for an official confirmation that it's been greenlit. It's heading towards a green light. It's heading towards a green light. It just hasn't been greenlit yet. I think they want to get all of the Juno Temples and everybody else in there who is a part of SAG-AFTRA. But are you a fan of Ted Lasso? I certainly am. I love this show. I can't wait to watch the rest of it, and I can't wait to potentially get a Season 4. But what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited for a Ted Lasso Season 4? Or do you want to stick with the original 3 seasons? Do you want to stick with the original ending that we got for the 3rd season? I don't quite know what that is quite yet. I've heard rumblings, but I don't know 100%. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to go into the comments really, really quickly. And Sav says, Poundland doesn't really do physical media much anymore. CEX still does. Okay, that's cool. Big Paulie, great YouTuber. I've talked to him a couple times. Really nice guy. I'd love to get him on my show at some point. He would seem like a very good, smart guest. He knows his movie knowledge. He knows his physical media. He's a physical media enthusiast, collector, lover, just big fan of Big Polly. Tell him I said hello, and tell him that Noah Kaser sent you. Hopefully he won't be too scared. I'm just kidding. I'm in the Facebook group. I'm in the Facebook group. It's fine. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to move into the next topic, which is a bit of a minor topic, but this has to be said. So Inside Out 2 has been doing big numbers at the box office for multiple weeks now. We're heading towards its 100-day run. The end of its 100-day theatrical run. So now, Inside Out 2 is the biggest animated movie ever. It is now official that it is the biggest animated movie ever. Why is it now? They were reporting that a couple weeks ago. Not necessarily. Because if you look back at what they've been saying, they were not including The Lion King 2019. They were not counting that. Which to me, you need to do that. You need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you inside of here. So this is coming to us from the numbers again. This is going to be the all-time animated worldwide numbers for animated films. Going in here, what they were saying that it beat was these 5 films. Not including The Lion King, but Frozen 2, Super Mario Bros. Movie, Frozen, and Incredibles 2. It beat Incredibles 2, Frozen, and Super Mario Bros. Relatively easy. Frozen 2, it did a bit quicker than I thought it would. Inside Out 2 is at $1.646 billion. What's the big difference now is this, and I mean it's only a few $100s. It's only a few $100s at best. Going down here to the all-time numbers, Inside Out 2 is now the 9th biggest movie of all time. As of right now, just over $700 over The Lion King. It is officially the biggest animated movie ever made. Ever made. Lion King was animated. If those lions were talking, God bless them. But Inside Out 2 is now the biggest animated movie of all time. How far can it go? Can it reach a Jurassic World? I don't think so. But then again, I said it couldn't reach The Lion King. And it did. It's certainly not reaching number 7. It doesn't have another almost 265. You might as well say about 250. $250 million worth. They don't have that much left in the tank for it. Can it beat Jurassic World? I don't know. It's not doing enough numbers here to do it. Maybe internationally, maybe. But that's still another $23 million. I don't know. But Inside Out 2 is officially the biggest anime movie of all time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what you think. Do you like Inside Out 2? Are you a fan? Are you surprised that it beat The Lion King like I am? Have you been watching the box office via just this show, seeing how quickly it's gone, and how fast it's raking in money? But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Going into the comments one more time. Yeah, been subscribed to Big Polly for years. I've seen you on his Facebook page. Yes. Yes. Inside Out 2 is doing well. It's doing very well. Very, very well. I am so proud of Disney and Pixar. I'm so happy they made a good movie, too. Because I didn't love Luca. I liked Turning Red. I did not love Soul as much as everybody else did. Soul's a phenomenal movie. Don't get me wrong. But it's not Pixar's best film by any means. Inside Out 2 is one of the best films they've ever done. It's one of the best films they've ever done. Hands down. One of the best films they've ever done. And the last topic for this week is a bit of a loaded one. So I have not seen It Ends With Us yet. I know I said I was going to go and see it in theaters this past weekend. I had to work a little bit more than I thought I would have. A little bit more than I thought I was supposed to, I should say. So let's get right into it. I'm planning on seeing it tomorrow. I want to go to the 4 o'clock showing tomorrow of it. So we'll see if that happens. If not, I'll just rent the thing when it comes out for $20 on Fandango at home. But this is the next topic and the last topic before we go into our regular stuff. And that is It Ends With Us sequel is in doubt. So if you haven't been following this, let's go into this. This is coming to us from Variety. It Ends With Us sequel in doubt. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni feud. There's probably no world where they work together again. Going down here, we're going to read this. Will we ever know how it ends? After 3 weeks in theaters, It Ends With Us. Well, It Ends With Us. A big screen adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling book has become a box office smash to the tune of $242 million worldwide. Ticket sales are projected to reach at least $285 million to $300 million worldwide. In a summer that's been dominated by films catering to kids and teenage boys, It Ends With Us is the rare cinematic event that's appealing to the female audience. It's hugely profitable, too. It Ends With Us cost $25 million to produce and is expected to net at least $25 million to $30 million in profits for both Sony, which distributed the film, and director Justin, his Wayfarer Studios. Another source familiar with the deal puts the figure at double. Puts that figure at double. Those margins don't include proceeds for cinemas and box office bonuses for Blake and Baldoni. Going down here, a sequel to the novel It Starts With Us already exists, so there would be no need to stretch the source material to exploit a hit a la Big Little Lies. And the existence of that follow-up story should be a clear sign that moviegoers haven't seen the last of Lily, Ryle, and Atlas, the characters portrayed by our lead stars, respectively, in the film. Hollywood players typically capitalize on positive box office headlines by fast-tracking the announcement of another installment. But an apparent feud between Lively and Baldoni that has spilled onto the public into the public eye has left any sequel plans looking precautious. So, this is going to get a little bit messy. This is uncharted territory, and nobody has any idea of what a sequel could look like. A source familiar with the situation. There's probably no world where they work together again. Here we go. The lead up to It Ends With Us was riddled with tabloid fodder about off-screen drama. It started with rumors about hostility between Baldoni and the rest of the cast after he was not photographed with them at the August 6th New York premiere. Nor did Baldoni introduce the film alongside Lively and Hoover. Internet sleuths also discovered that none of his fellow actors follow Baldoni on Instagram other than Hassan, who plays the brother-in-law of Baldoni's character. There's been speculation that Lively and Baldoni clashed over the final cut of the film, of the movie, which Lively's preferred version as the one that reportedly made it to the big screen. Some screenwriters have said it was odd that Lively admitted during a red carpet interview that her husband Ryan Reynolds wrote a key scene in the it's not letting me read that. Ryan Reynolds wrote a key scene in the final cut of the film. Sources say that came as news to Baldoni, who thought the scene had been ad-libbed by Lively. The WGA did not respond to a request for comment about whether Reynolds' work is a guild violation that could spark a credits issue. Though movies can have uncredited writers, rarely would the director be unaware of it. Reynolds' involvement raises a second WGA issue. The film began production on May 5th, 2023, 3 days after the start of last summer's WGA strike. Reynolds, who received a screenwriter credit on Deadpool 2 and Deadpool Wolverine, is a WGA member and would have been barred from contributing to the screenplay from May 2nd to September 27th, 2023. Writers picketed the New the New Jersey set, and production was paused in late 2023 in late June 2023 before the SAG-AFTRA strike commenced on July 14th. A source close to Reynolds says he took a pass on the film's rooftop scene in April 2023. Neither Baldani or Lively have addressed the chatter publicly, but multiple sources confirmed to Variety that the bad blood between the two is very real and the relationship may not be salvageable. Yet none of those sources could articulate any legitimacy transgressions from either party. The rift is complicated by the fact that Baldani's Wayfarer Studios holds the cinematic rights to both It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us after acquiring them in 2019 from Hoover. The author told Variety that she rejected several offers before agreeing to team with Baldani on the big screen adaptation. I felt like he understood the book and he understood the importance of what people need to seeing on screen, Hoover said. So, while this is something, we've had multiple different versions of this. We've had multiple different cast members go, hey, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. We've had a Sarah Jessica Parker and a Kim Cattrall. We also saw Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh do that. So I went on a little bit ad nauseum about this, but I thought it needed to be said. I thought it needed to be said that this movie is having a little bit of a "Don't Worry, Darling" type of a moment. Because while Don't Worry, Darling wasn't a box office smash, it was certainly a very good movie. I like that movie a lot, actually. I like Don't Worry, Darling. No movie set should be like this. No movie production should be like this. A director should be respectful of his castmates, let alone starring in the film. You're acting and starring. Be a team leader, because then no one's going to want to work with you again. With Blake Lively, she's one of the biggest names. Also, let alone, but not importantly, married to one of the biggest guys in Hollywood. What does this say about the WGA issues? We'll find out down the line. But the It Ends With Us sequel is in doubt. Are you disheartened by that? Do you think they will get the sequel made? Do you think there's any way that they could get this settled? But have you seen It Ends With Us? Are you excited for the potential sequel if they get this all straightened out? I'll be maybe seeing it tomorrow after work at 4 o'clock, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the next topic, which is going to be Release Rewind. So let's get right into Release Rewind. What is Release Rewind? Well, Release Rewind is where I take a look at all the movies that came out 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So, taking a look back at 2014, we only had a couple movies open in 2014. And these movies aren't the biggest films in the world, but they're pretty big by standards. So let's take a look at this. Haven't seen either of these films. They weren't massive hits. They're pretty much forgotten about films, but let's get into it. Let me pull this up here. So the first film we had released in 2014 was a little action film starring Pierce Brosnan called The November Man, followed by a little horror film. A horror film that came out that I haven't seen. I know a few people have seen, and they really do enjoy it. And that movie is As Above, So Below. So that is 2014. 2004 is a bit more of a well-known package. 2004, we had a lot of films come out. This is the 20th anniversary of these films. So, in 2004, we had this film come out. Once I get the picture to come up. We had this film that was not very well received, but people did see it, and they acknowledge it's a very weak sequel. Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. Followed by a little film that some people know, but one film that other people do know for the wrong reasons. We have, where are you? Here we go. We have Hero. Hero is there. But let's just say what it is. Let's just say what it is. We know what everybody was really looking forward to. Not this next film, but the film after that. Let's get into that. So we had Hero, but we also had a little film called Suspect Zero. But the best film that came out that entire weekend, yes, I'm being facetious, Super Babies. Baby Geniuses 2. I'm being funny. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I swear I'm kidding. Don't hate me. It's okay. And there was one other film, but it was on the lower end of it. It wasn't where the wide releases are, where I get this information from, and that is Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite came out 20 years ago this weekend. So now we move on to 1994. 1994 has a few films that came out in theaters. One we talked about last week, Corrina opened wide. But this one is a bit more of a more beloved film. Natural Born Killers. Natural Born Killers came out August 26th, 1994. Followed by a film that I will be hopefully watching this week, Wagons East, with John Candy and Richard Lewis. Having not seen this film, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But then we also have one film that I think some people do remember, and that is Camp Nowhere. Also, It's Pat. It's Pat and Camp Nowhere turn 30 years old this weekend. So, that brings us to the last few films. While we do have a couple smaller films in limited release, like a Police Academy, Mission to Moscow, as well as some films to talk about next week, we move on to 1984. 1984 was not as big of a year as 94 or 2014. So going down there, we only have a couple of films to talk about. And they're not very well known. One of them is Flashpoint with Chris Christopherson and Treat Williams. Also the other one. Did I even pull it? Oh yeah. Bolero. I believe that's how you say it. Bolero. And then we go down. We had nothing. We had nothing come out in 1974. Nothing came out in 1974 that was a big enough film for me to consider talking about. 1964, on the other hand, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, yes, there was something in 74. Sorry. 1974 was this little football film, The Longest Yard. I'm a football guy. We're going into football. We're going in the first week of football season. Go Steelers. Yeah! Steelers football time, baby. But we go down a little bit more. And I did not pull this poster for some reason, but it is going to be Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins came out 60 years ago today. August 27th, 1964. And the final film that we're going to talk about came out, I believe it was August 25th, celebrating its 85th anniversary, one of the greatest films ever made, The Wizard of Oz. Happy 85th anniversary to The Wizard of Oz, one of the best films ever made. Ever made. I kid you not. But we're going to go into the next topic, which is going to be the Netflix Top 10. But first, we got quite a few comments, so let's get right into it. What's up, Joe? Welcome in. Sav just saying hello to Joe. It's awesome to see you guys talking. They made Anaconda. Yeah, yes, they did. I have not seen it, but I have seen it. Mega Python versus Gatoroid. with Tiffany. Hey. I like Hero. I have not seen Hero. Super Babies was directed by the legendary Bob Clark. Yes, who also made one of the best films ever made in A Christmas Story. One of the most charming films ever made. I feel old. No, I feel so old. The Longest Yard, great movie. Yes, I remember Flashpoint. See, I hadn't even heard of that film yet. I'd never heard of that film, unfortunately. The Wizard of Oz. I love the Wizard of Oz. So do I. So we're gonna go into the Netflix top 10, but this time it's a bit more of a lighter week because not much has changed, but we do have a couple different things to talk about. So we're gonna go into the next topic, which is going to be. Oh wait a minute! I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. We always do the box office results first. So we're going to take a quick look at the box office. And the box office comes to us again from the numbers. And the numbers, I still have this pulled up, but going back just a little bit, they look like this. Number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine, $18.3 million. Alien Romulus, $16.3. It Ends With Us, $11.6. Blink Twice, $7.3 million. The Forge, $6.6. I might be seeing The Forge on Sunday with my family. Twisters at $6.1 million. Coraline earning more than The Crow in its second week as a 15th anniversary re-release at $5 million. The Crow at $4.6. Despicable Me at $4.2. Inside Out 2 earning another $2 million. Despicable Me 4 is going towards $900 million. Can it reach that billion? I don't know. We will see. But Deadpool and Wolverine did grow exponentially to $1.3 billion. Twisters isn't doing all that horrible at almost $350. $347 million. Blink Twice, $7.3 on a $20 million budget. You got to add a little bit to it. If you get to $40 million, you might be a bit profitable maybe. Alien Romulus is at $226.8 million. Blink Twice, again, earning $14 million worldwide. It Ends With Us to end off this weekend, to end off this segment at $243 million. It'll probably end, like they said, about $285 to $300 million. So moving on to the next topic is going to be the Netflix top 10. So the Netflix top 10 looks like this. Sorry about that. Talking for a little bit. You start to just stumble over your words. So we have Incoming at number 1. I just reviewed that earlier in the stream. The Union at number 2. Number 3 is Migration. Good little film. Untold, The Murder of Air McNair. 5, Logan Lucky. 6, The Emoji Movie. 7, Trolls Band Together. Number 8, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's still there. He's still going to be there next week, I think. Minions at number 9 and The Lorax at number 10. Going into the TV shows, we have this. They're showcasing My Wife and Kids. So, moving down here to the top 10, we have American Murder, Lacey Peterson. Number 2, The Accident. Number 3, Dark Winds. Number 4, Emily in Paris. Number 5, Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy War. I will be watching that at some point because I want to see that. A Discovery of Witches at number 6. Number 7 is Mayfair Witches. Number 8, That 90s Show. Number 9, Love is Blind UK. And number 10, The Umbrella Academy. So that is the top 10. Are you surprised about anything in the top 10? And are you excited about anything in the top 10? So we're going to go into the comments very, very quickly because I do have to get to another stream. And then we'll do the what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming. I like The Wizard of Oz. I like the Tin Man. You know they said that kid was actually that creepy in person? You know they said that he was actually that creepy? That's a bit concerning. That's a bit concerning to me, in all honesty. But you know what? I don't know the kid. I don't know the guy in real life. 2 awesome YouTubers, you and Joe. Thank you. Thank you. I found the four Alien movie box set on VHS. How much did you pay for that? For that one, Sav? We're gonna move on to what's releasing this weekend in theaters and on streaming. So let's get right into this, and we have a lot to talk about. Because there is quite a few things coming. So this is coming to us from releases.com, and releases.com looks like this. Going up here to the movies section, all of them. So this week, it's Tuesday. I did buy the Garfield movie. Actually, I got it yesterday because my Walmart put it out early. I bought the Blu-ray. Can't wait to watch it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes also came out on Blu-ray, as well as The Watchers and the brand new Watchmen Chapter 1 movie. So that came out on Blu-ray today. The movie's coming out this week on VOD. We have Trap on the 30th. We also have Borderlands on the 29th. Kinds of Kindness on the 27th. That's also coming to HBO. No, it is coming to Hulu. Give me just a second. I will be seeing Reagan very, very soon. We also have Afraid AI coming to theaters this weekend. My theater will not be getting it, but I will be doing my review of The Deliverance maybe next Friday. We will see. But along with that, we also have Out Come the Wolves. I'll have my review for that one because I do have a screening link for that one. So I will watch that screener link and give you guys my review of that one next week. We also have Kinds of Kindness does come to Hulu this Friday, as does The Watchers on Max. Going down here, we're not gonna talk about those quite yet because that's leading into next week. Oh yeah, well I might as well talk about Cope because I will be talking about Cope. And then everything else we will talk about next time. So, thank you everybody for stopping in here. We got a lot to talk about. Next week, we have the brand new Hallmark film, Head Over Heels. But on Friday, I'll have a couple things to review for you, I'm hoping. We will see what I get to watch. Whether I get to watch Watchmen Chapter 1. If I decide to rent Borderlands for $20, we'll see. But I could also potentially do my review of Garfield. So, that is everything. Like and subscribe if you're new. But before we go, I do want to go into the comments one more time. I'm just an okay YouTuber. I'm an adequate at best YouTuber. No one has Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in stock. I hit multiple stores today. Wow. That's unfortunate, man. My Walmart had it completely stocked. But different stores, different workers, unfortunately, man. And Sav says he paid £1, $1.33. So, that's it for this show, everybody. Stay tuned, because I got another stream coming up. I have a brand new interview with author B. Lynn, the author of a brand new romance book called Faking Forever. And that's going to be a part of my Hallmark podcast. So, stay tuned, and it's just me. I don't have Amanda or Kirsten with me. It's just me. But like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see all of you guys next time. So where do you go?